Good afternoon, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is the Trade Ideas Update. Today is Sunday, March 30th, 2014. We have one more trading day in the month of March, tomorrow, Monday, 31st. Okay, so today we're going to review 4 trade ideas that we exited last week. Citrix Systems, Facebook, MGM, and Valero. 2 trade ideas that we are still in, Goldman Sachs and Stratasys. I want to talk about 4 more trade ideas on CTRP, Twitter, US Steel, and ILINK. Okay, let's start off with Citrix. This one we got our head handed to us on. We got in here going long with calls. We thought this was going to, track upwards. Thought we were going to break resistance up and through here, and actually it gapped up on this day and then turned around and sold off. And I had a stop on this initial trade down around here at 58. It was 2 ATRs was our initial stop, and it actually came right down this day. I'm not sure what the news was, but it gapped down, broke this trend line. Didn't gap down, but had a big down day and hit our stop and took us out. So we got taken out. That was on the 26th, which was Wednesday. So stopped us out of that trade, and we get the details on the trade ideas update on the trade ideas page. So all the details around these trade ideas are on the trade ideas web page. It is password protected. Simply subscribe, put in your first name and email address, and you'll be able to subscribe and download the free guide that I've got out there also. And you'll be good to go. So that's Citrix. Disappointed in that one. Second one, Facebook. Facebook turned out a little better for us, but again, I wish I had taken out in the trade ideas. I bought to open 3 puts on the 14th, which was, where was that? Back in here, right in here. And it sure took its time. Finally, the 10 broke below the 21. It rolled over. My initial target was right in here around 64, I believe, is where we exited. So we had a nice profit on that trade. I only had 3, so I exited the entire position, and now wish I had held it, but that's the way it goes. So we'll see what happens, see if we get another possibility to enter on Facebook. I do think it's got more room to pull down. So, I mean, we've got this gap in here that it kind of half filled. Just so you're paying attention in here, we had this gap down in here, and it's not totally filled till you get down to 55. So there's a good chance it's going to come down to there, and then there's a good chance that it could trade into the 55 to 45 range. And here's a 233-day moving average. So that's kind of the way things are stacking up on Facebook. The next one is MGM Resorts International. MGM we got out of, let me flip my page here. MGM, let's see, we bought puts on the 13th. So back in here on the 13th. So again, we struggled to get a little momentum. The 10 did break below 21, so that was a good sign, good positive. And then it broke this trend line in here, and we exited on the 26th, which was this because it hit our target. We had a target right in here. I can't remember what it was, 24 something. And so again, we had a real nice profit. We had 9 puts on this one, 42% profit. We were in it for 10 trading days, so not too bad. And it kept selling off again, but that's okay. I mean, we grabbed a really nice profit, and not 10 days is ideal to me. It's nice if you can sit with half a position and let it ride, but we were able to capture that at least. Okay, and the next one is Valero. Let's see, here we go. I'm going to flick the page to Valero. Now this is one we got in right around here in terms of calls. They went up. That was on the buy point hit on the 6th, which was that day. And we got out of half the position on the 10th, which was right in here, which, nice profit. Again, we had 3. We initially bought 6, so got sold 3 calls for $471. We let the rest ride, was thinking it was going to push, and then it pulled back. And I exited on this day Wasn't quite a close below the prior day low, but it was acting with 5 minutes to go. It was below the prior day low, and I said, okay, that's good enough for me. I'm out. And so we had almost the equal amount of profit on the second three. I was hoping for much more, but at least now it's sold, continues to sell off. So that was a very nice trade for us on Valero. It'll be interesting to see if this is just a pullback to this neckline. Do we get a close back? So I'll be watching this one to see if it resumes, but right now it didn't look too positive. Goldman Sachs is the next one I want to talk about. There we are. Goldman Sachs, we got in on the 24th with puts right in here, and right now it hasn't hit our target yet, so we're still tracking, still holding these. Target is down in here somewhere, and again, the details on the webpage. I think this is possible that we're getting a 1-2, that we're getting another move down and push down, so we'll have to see if that pans out on Goldman Sachs. The next one is Stratasys, and I think I just saw that. Stratasys, we saw this trend line, we saw this symmetrical triangle, we talked about this before. So on the pullback on Monday, on 24th, on the pullback up in here to the trend line, right around 110 is where we bought puts, and really nice purchase because it was a pullback, so $500 on the puts, and we ended up selling half of them for $760, so that was nice. And then we're holding two, and we're just going to, play this one out. Stop at break even is what, I don't want to take a loss on the second half. I want to lock in a profitable trade. I'd like to see the second half run. I'd love to see it come right down into this area, which is where we got potential support. Okay, so the other ones, here's some that I'm watching. C-Trip I'm watching because I think we're going to have a second move up into here. I think we've had one. I think this is a pullback. I've talked about this before, but I'm not getting a signal just quite yet, okay? But that's one I'm watching closely. Twitter I'm also watching because, again, see the pullback, this one I talked about before, pullback 84%, a little over 84%. Had a couple nice little bullish days in here, but we're not closing above the 10-day yet, and so I'd like to see that as at least a start. So I'm going to be watching Twitter close. U.S. Steel is another one we're watching closely. I think we got some fan line action going on here, and I talked about fan lines in a stock market education video. You can check those out on my stock market education page. And here's been one fan line, a second fan line. We now got a third pivot point. So I drew a third fan line. What I'd like to see is this to pull back a little bit more, maybe all the way back to the 21-day, even close to a lot of times back to the fan line, and then come back up and close above this 10. So we'll see if we get that much of a pullback on this before it breaks this fan line. But anyway, if you get a close above the fan line, I'm thinking that's going to be, a good entry point. But we'll watch and see how the action actually plays out. And then the last one is ILINK. I think we've got I'm looking for a sell entry down below in here. I've got the details on the Trade Ideas webpage. Again, we're getting divergence on all indicators. The DI plus is showing negative divergence. The RSI is showing negative divergence, and the demand index is showing negative divergence. So when I see that kind of confirmation, I'm now looking for closing below the 10-day and for this to roll over. So we'll see if we get that. So that's the last one today. And that's the trade. Again, I've got the details for that trade idea on the Trade Ideas webpage. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. Have a great Monday, Tuesday. We'll talk to you Tuesday night. Thanks for stopping by. Tweet it, share it, and subscribe. Have a great week.